"If dogs don't go to heaven when I die, I want to go where they go," said the American actor and commentator Will Rogers. This phrase clearly shows the great connection we have created with them. The death of our best furry friend is one of the most difficult moments for a person who loves animals, and everyone grieves in their own way. There are some signs that tell us that the time has come, allowing us to give our best for them in those last moments with us. Friends, welcome. Today we will be learning about the 7 signs that appear when a dog is going to die. If you have already experienced this sad moment, share your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and activate the notification bell to help the channel grow. Thank you in advance. Let's begin. 1. Stops eating and drinking. Appetite can serve as a thermometer to understand how our dog's health is. We all know they love to eat, and eat. And when they start avoiding this, it's time to take action and visit the vet, as it's not healthy. If your dog doesn't want to eat, try giving them their favorite foods. If they also reject those, it's time to prepare for what's coming. The same goes for water, as a healthy dog knows that without it, they could become dehydrated. Lack of food and water in their body will cause the dog to start vomiting bile and their organs to begin failing. This can cause pain, making them not want to be near you or showing discomfort in their daily life. Remember that a prolonged lack of appetite can be a sign of multiple organ failure in the animal that may lead to their death. 2. Stops enjoying walks. You can confirm that when your dog sees the leash or harness used for going out, they start to get excited and wag their tail in celebration because they know it's time for a walk. All of us who have had or have a dog also enjoy that moment of seeing them so happy. When the dog no longer wants to go out as often as before or simply shows no interest in doing so, it's time to think that something may be happening. Of course, we must clarify that when the dog has reached old age, they won't have the same energy to go out as when they were young or a puppy, and lack of interest in going out could be due to some discomforts like false pregnancies or feeling weak for some reason and thinking it's better to stay at home resting. It will always depend on knowing if it's a sign that they are going to leave us or not. 3. Starts panting more often. Excessive panting is a clear sign that your dog is not well, and this happens because something in their body is no longer working correctly. If the dog is already old, the result is not very encouraging, as it's possible that their vital signs are altered. How can we know this? The first thing is their temperature. A dog's body temperature should be between 38 and 39 degrees Celsius. If you notice their respiratory rate is less or more than 10 to 30 breaths per minute, it's also a sign that something is wrong. And if you press their gums and it takes more than 2 seconds to return to the normal color, and it remains purple or red, it's time to call the vet. The desire to urinate more often, or your dog doing their needs where they are, is also a sign that the body has begun to enter the final process. 4. Starts asking for more affection from their owners. This is undoubtedly one of the saddest and most painful parts. A dog, when they are going to die, wants to be close to their owner, receive a lot of affection, give licks, or be touched or caressed. This is because, to them, you are the most special person that exists. You are the best thing they have had, and you are the being that gives them the most security, as throughout their life you were there in every walk, in every meal, in every game. Reaching that moment, it's understandable that what they want is to continue receiving your comfort before the moment comes. This is also one of the reasons why some veterinarians in the United States have asked pet owners to, despite how difficult it can be present when the dogs are put to sleep forever. This is because, in that moment where they don't understand what's happening, the closeness of their owners gives them the peace that the situation requires. 5. Doesn't want to move anymore. A dog sleeps an average of 12 to 14 hours a day, so it's not unusual to see them resting for a long time. Anyway, if the animal doesn't respond to stimuli that used to make them jump for joy, something might be going really wrong physiologically. Another clear indication that the end is near is that the dog rests in a place where they didn't before. Rather than finding a way to make them do something or even forcing them to return to their usual routines, companionship would be ideal. Giving them strokes, being close, and providing all the proper care they might need in those final moments. If they don't want to do anything, being close can be very useful because they will feel safe and cared for by you. 6. their behavior changes completely. When an animal is sick or very close to dying, they can develop behaviors that are not common in them. If a calm animal starts acting in an unexpected way, it can be a sign. For example, this can indicate that there is a problem with their health. If there are some behavioral problems in dogs that have never shown any, such as a lot of fear, even aggressive behavior, or some abnormal movements, it could be a warning that the end is near. It's also important that if you notice vomiting, diarrhea, and other unusual situations in the dog, you immediately consult your trusted vet to see if it's a health problem that can be solved. 7. Moves to a distant place. This is undoubtedly one of the saddest moments and one of the clearest signs. There are two hypotheses as to why this happens. The first is that the dog knows how to read their owner's emotions and understands the context, and decides to go to a place far from home or even, if possible, to escape to prevent their owner from continuing to suffer. The other has to do with the dog's nature and its link to the wolf, since when they lived in packs, these animals had to think about the well-being of the pack. So when they felt very sick, they had to let the others go on and they moved away. This instinct in dogs is associated with the behavior they now take with their human families when they die, as in a way they prioritize their owner's happiness. What can you do? Death is a natural process that every living being has to go through. When this moment comes, the best thing is to accompany them. We know it's very difficult, that it won't be easy, but you should always remember those moments you shared together. The grief after losing a pet is a pain similar to that experienced with the loss of a family member or friend. In the end, in any of these cases, it's a loved one to you. According to a study conducted by the Department of Animal Sciences at the University of Hawaii in the United States, it was found that owners can feel pain for 6 months or more due to the death of their pets. Allow yourself to experience your pain for your loss. Only you know how important your pet was, and you shouldn't feel ashamed of it. Also, don't let yourself be influenced by people who have negative opinions about it, like get over it or move on, because only you will know when you are ready for this. It's not wrong to feel sad, to cry, or, on the contrary, if you don't cry, nothing out of the ordinary happens. It's also okay to laugh when remembering a moment of joy. All of this is simply the way you face things, and you will let go only when you're ready. The death of a dog is something we never want to happen, but unfortunately, it will come. It is up to us to give them the best and to be grateful for having had such a special and loving being in our lives. You can write your opinion in the comments. We always read them. Well, that's all for now. See you next time.